boys? It's your boy, Info. I'm reading your super chats if you guys are. I'm reading your super chats today, guys. I'll read the super chats from everybody earlier in the last couple days. I know I missed some. I was sleeping. What can I do? You want me to wake up from my nap and read super chats? You want a drop kick? So we're over here crushing it. You might not be, but I am indeed crushing it. Now you know. So is it really taking a long time to just load a rando? Oh no! Don't you dare! I'm not playing. Leave. I'm not playing this stupid map. We play only ranked matches. As the best player in the world who never gets around to Karakin and loves Karak. Oh, we're all geared up for Vikendi. You notice the snowsuit I put on? Special snowsuit edition episode. Let me get my toque. Where's my good toque? Inventory. This thing. Here's my good toque. So cute! Oh, cute in my Sunday ice cream toque? Not sure how to feature it any better than that, but just take it in. Lock it in and take it in. Super chat me. Don't be cheap. Like the Wizard of Oz, you know? So it's all coming out now. Oh no, not me. I'm saying like everyone else. But other than that, all the news in the world is actually it's out there now. People are now just too stupid to read about it. You can look almost damn near anywhere and figure out the Earth's flat. 900 other things as well. But leave it to the Muppets and the mummies who run this shindig to really deepen the pot of stupidity here in North America for everybody so carefully. Did you know in 1904 there was a Russian who translated to English a documentary, and that Russian was horribly treated forever after, horribly, for what he exposed. You can say those same words and use the term different person. Trump, right? He exposed so many people around the world to what's really going on, and in turn, those people who wanted their names never spoken aloud, like in Harry Potter, Voldemort, right? You're not supposed to say that name. That's the same. This is why the oldest people in the world change their name. They make businesses, which I'll give you an example here. It's referred to as mesothelioma. Okay, and there was a company, a large industrial company, and they knew that their insulation was causing cancer, and they still went ahead with the sale to everybody. Okay, we're in North America now. They have set up funds. These corporations have set up funds to have you receive 100,000% of what they accrued every year. So we have to learn about what they have done in order to not allow it to continue, right? And so I thank everybody who watches the show. I'm making sandwiches today. Yesterday, Ortega, how are you? Like Don, thank you, my friend. Yesterday, hi. Geezy, baby. Oh, there's real people out there who are, some devils when they come into the chat and they spout their hatred, right? So we just dispose of them quicker than they can go pee with their tiny tinies. And how you doing? I'm of course your host with the absolute most, Info. I am the most by far well-respected YouTuber in the world. You'll find it hard. Nobody anybody ever seen the Charlie Zelenoff videos? It's like a fight video. Charlie is the biggest goof on the internet, right? He went and challenged people like Deontay Wilder, like gentleman, Roy Jones. No, not Roy Jones. The other guy, Floyd Mayweather Sr. He challenges him on YouTube. You can go check this guy out. He's a complete muppet. I feel like the troll of Charlie Zelenoff is in a few of you, right? You scrawny, weak little buggers who have never been in any sort of fist fight claiming you're heroes. You are not. They call me the Giant Slayer. You can't even tie the shoes of a giant. We're not the same. Now, I'm going to make some sandwiches, and we're going to get into why I believe Donald Trump is the real president of the United States of America, and why I feel Donald Trump is actually being hindered by some of the most powerful people who don't want you to understand the system that we live in, okay? Simply put, I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of people act really stupid. And I'm talking about grown adults. I think they are really smart. I've seen them act really stupid. Do the dumbest things you could ever imagine, right? And then there's people who are younger who maybe you haven't hardly done anything in life, which makes you feel like maybe you're smarter, right? Because you haven't even begun to fail yet. Right? You don't do anything every day. Your biggest challenge is making sure you go poop properly and make sure it all goes in the toilet. You know what I mean? There are people out there who are leading the way for you right now as you go poop once a day, twice a day at best. Me, I go poop 3, 4, 5 times before noon, but we're not the same, okay? Anything you can do, I can do better. But that's not the point of the show. The point of the show is to help you understand that until you've actually done things, then you can talk. But if you haven't done things, you're like a marble. You're like a paperweight on a desk. Entirely fucking useless until somebody picks you up and moves you there. Because that's how useless you are. So don't think there's a group of people that are like, going to commend you for doing nothing. It doesn't work like that. I see the richest people buying degrees for their children. To be specific, go look at Hollywood and the huge sham that's been going on for however long it's been going on. But these people say, when you sign on the dotted line, you sell your soul and they'll give you everything you've ever dreamed of, right? But at what cost? What do you have to do for them? Sell out people in 2020? Promote things that are the downfall of human society. And you went ahead and did it. So this is when I learned who the devil was, to be very specific. And the devil is anybody who is ill-informed or greed-driven. There's two. If you are ill-informed, you are not even a mummy or a sheep. What you are is the devil, because you have failed in life to accrue enough knowledge to lead your pack. You understand me? Period. Vikings absolutely take care of their own. And I don't think that many other people can say that. Really, truly. Vikings did not worry about money. They worried about their family. How many cultures do you know that don't get down on their kids because they don't make enough money? There's not many, is there? So Vikings were the only people who saw through this sham they've put forth. Name another culture. They don't fall into Instagramming. There are cultures all over that don't have internet. I'm not referring to them. Goofs. Simply talking about culture and what you call culture. Now name me one that doesn't follow the fucking lines of greed-driven and ignorance, right? In order to have wealth, you have to be ignorant because it comes at the cost of your conscious, your values, your morals. And I can't be part of any type of thing that's morally wrong in a higher state. I'm not referring to I can lip somebody off at McDonald's or at that, and I'm not gonna like super feel bad after. Maybe depending on if it was me who kind of lost my nerve, if then I feel wicked bad. But if it was like a mutual complete goof, me yelling at a goof, I don't feel bad about that. And yes, I'm from Winnipeg. That's happened every week for 20 years for sure, but not so much anymore. I learned to not basically allow evil in my presence, right? It's very simple to do that. I don't surround myself with alcoholics, drug addicts, or peons, people with low IQ, right? And then I also surround myself with people who understand the word fucking respect, because if you don't, I'll slap it through your teeth into your mouth and you'll never forget who I am. And yeah, I grew up in Winnipeg, which is a very violent place. I am not violent. I'm a strong man who is able to hold my own in this violent society created by the Muppets who say they want so much more for Winnipeg. But the very first mayor of Winnipeg was a corrupt mayor who was kicked out of Ontario for corruption. And I'd like that to be duly noted. That's the inception of the city that I am born to. Okay. Now, there's also, I'd like to end with this before I hopefully find a fucking game here, and we'll have to make it not Vikendi. But, and I'll make these sandwiches on the run, like I stated. But I'd like you to understand that if there is a true evil in your hometown, don't run from it. Stomp it out wicked bad, eh? So, uh, that's what I choose to do. I was really truly taught that by somebody who did run, maybe recognized their mistakes and should have stayed. In the end, they realized they should have stayed. Um, what's his name? Steve Cubby from California, who went on the run with Michelle Cubby, and they were fleeing charges in California for growing medical cannabis in the 90s. Steve Cubby is the actual uh, cannabis warrior who actually created Proposition 215, which is the medical law that allowed anybody to grow cannabis in the 90s in America. And its inception started in California. I had the opportunity and the great pleasure to speak with Steve Cubby on several occasions via telephone, and I was only about 19 or 20 years old. And I talked to him for about half an hour one time, and I was very sad. And he listened to me, and I cried, and I told him how things are very, very, very rough here in Winnipeg, and your videos are awesome. He grew plants the size of your head. No one on YouTube has ever grown anything like Steve Cubby grew. Okay, no one, and he grew them indoors. Number one and first and foremost. So trust me, I know I am one lucky man to have not personally met, but digitally, virtually, however, like mentally, I met with, I synced my mind with Steve Cubby, and it was a beautiful thing. I also was able to speak with Michelle Cubby, his beautiful wife, on several occasions as well, which I really enjoyed those talks. Both of them are both growers and cannabis warriors, and they both were extradited. And I have a great love for both of them. It's incredible. Steve Cubby has since, I do believe he's passed, but let me triple check this and see if Steve Cubby has passed. K Steve, and then last name Kubby. Steve Cubby, he's an author. I have his grow CDs I purchased for $150, signed by him and his wife, Renee Bourget, she was also on the run from California. She was arrested by the DEA in Los Angeles and charged with horrible charges that like don't even make sense. So she fled to Canada, where she married Chris. Uh, I'm sorry, I forget his name. Chris starts with a B. This is before my accident, so I don't remember. But Steve Cubby is a wild dude. He had a great life. I think he may still be alive. So Steve Cubby, I made a quick delivery lozenge and developed a cannabinoid strain with high CBGA. So that's interesting. Um, Canada was very lucky to have Steve for the duration. I'm not sure if he's still alive. Yes, my goodness, Steve passed in November 20th. So he's talking to us right now, Steve. He's his 15 days. Steve would have been 77 years old this year. South Lake Tahoe. So very interesting. That could possibly be where Tahoe OG comes from. Truly, we'll truly never know unless we can talk with Michelle one day. Would love to have her on the show. Steve wrote in grow magazines such as Cannabis Culture and High Times as well. He was also, like I stated, one of the best growers in California in the 90s, let alone worldwide ever. Okay? Steve had a great love for politics as well, which is kind of how there was a lot of people to choose from back in the 90s if you knew what was up. And I did, and I chose very wisely. I originally chose Bubble Man, Steve Cubby, Marijuana Man, Professor Ziggy, and Mark Emery, as well as a couple others too. Chris, Rene Bourget, and Chris, I can't remember his name. Let me type in Rene Bourget and see what comes up here. Also, Rene Bourget was horribly treated, and don't tell me she lives in Winnipeg. That would just be a. Don't even. I can't believe she only has 128 followers. What the heck, bro? Oh. There's no like. Let me try this again here. I'm writing this affidavit in support of any claims for refugee. Yeah, I don't know if they extradited her or not. I guess I have to pay attention here. Let's see. Normal posted Los Angeles archive set page 7 of 9. Rene Bourget legal battle finally resolved. Rene Bourget legal battle. Let's see. A federal court judge has sentenced American expatriate Rene Bourget to 1 year probation, during which time she will be allowed to reside in Canada with her family. Very fucking good. Very fucking good. So that happened like a long time ago, like 2005 or something. So I was 25 when this happened, maybe 26. It's hard to say because it doesn't really say specifically. See, they don't want nothing like this talked about, right? So they're not going to put this in the media. But you can use. I mean, leniency is shown in certain cases, but not if you're a criminal, not if you're uneducated. Should we try and make a sandwich or not? I'm thinking not, I'm thinking we had a nice chat. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll be right back.